Let's now move on and shift our focus to the latest that we are getting for you from Tamil Nadu. Now, Vijay's Neta has reacted to alleged custodial death row. In a strong statement, Vijay-led administration has asserted that human rights remain a top priority and made it clear that custodial torture or custodial death will not be tolerated under any circumstances. The government says it is sending a strong message through swift action with three staff members of the prison already arrested in connection with this case. TVK maintains that accountability will be enforced and that any abuse of power by law enforcement or prison officials will invite strict consequences.
If my understanding is right, and I was told that he had some withdrawal symptoms, alcohol withdrawal symptoms, so he was shouting in the prison. And to control that, he was tied up and he was beaten by some prison authorities and the co-prisoners. And see, as a government, we are highly committed for human rights. These kind of a custodial, judicial, this is not custodial, this is judicial, because he is under judicial custody. So these kind of a judicial tortures or judicial death or custodial torture and custodial death cannot be accepted.
Let's now go across to my colleague Dharini, who is joining us live right now for more on this story. Dharini, it is a story of a 35-year-old shopkeeper who was arrested for allegedly selling banned tobacco products, and when he was brought to the hospital, he was declared dead. Now, family had alleged that he was tortured when he was, behind bars. But now we have a reaction coming in from TVK that there is zero tolerance as far as custodial torture or custodial death is concerned. But what does it mean for the current issue? Is this also an acceptance that what happened with this 35-year-old man was actually custodial torture?
Well, what this TVK spokesperson says is that, according to him, the deceased in this case, Sabari Varman, he was suffering from some alcohol withdrawal symptoms, and he was, constantly shouting and screaming inside the prison. That is when the prison authorities and also the co-prisoners, they tried to control him by tying him up and beating him, is what Felix Gerald, the TVK spokesperson, is telling. But he's also going on to explain the government's stance on the matter. To the TVK government, custodial torture or custodial violence is something that cannot be accepted at all. And as far as this case is concerned, we've arrested three prison authorities so far, and further investigations are currently underway, is what Felix Gerald is telling. So on one hand, one thing is very clear: TVK is not denying this custodial violence. They're not denying the fact that a physical altercation broke out in the Nagarkoil district jail on the night of the 12th of July. They're not denying that fact, but they're also going on to say that we've arrested three prison authorities so far. Further investigations are currently underway, and by arresting three prison authorities, we are sending out a clear message that there is going to be no compromise, that there is going to be no softer stance towards such custodial torture. So we will deal with these kinds of issues with an iron hand, is what TVK is trying to reiterate.
All right. Thank you very much, Dharini, for the moment, for joining us with your inputs on this story. Now, viewers, big questions are being raised over a custodial death in Tamil Nadu. This is what the alleged family has called it: custodial death, custodial torture. 35-year-old Sabri Varman, a differently abled man, was arrested in a Gudka sale case, died in judicial custody inside the Nagarkoil district prison. The post-mortem revealed that there were as many as 19 injury marks on his body, while prison authorities confirmed that three jail staff members have been arrested after CCTV footage allegedly showed an assault inside the prison. Two more prison personnel are being questioned. Inspector General of Prisons told Times Now that the incident appears to be linked to an internal prison episode, and a probe is currently underway. DMK has launched a scathing attack on Vijay-led government, alleging police brutality, and DMK has demanded accountability. The opposition has also sought a response from Chief Minister Vijay, who oversees the police department, as outrage continues to grow over the death of this 35-year-old in custody.